Good morning, beautiful soul. Before you begin this day, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and let everything become still. You do not need to solve every problem right now. You do not need to know exactly how your future will unfold. You do not need to carry yesterday's disappointments into this new morning. Today is a new beginning, and this morning you are choosing to expect something different. You are choosing to believe that beautiful things can happen for you. You are choosing to open your heart to possibilities you cannot yet see. You are choosing to welcome miracles into your life. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine that something wonderful has already changed. Feel the relief. Feel the gratitude. Feel the quiet excitement of knowing that life can surprise you in ways you never expected. You are not here to chase miracles. You are here to become receptive to them. As you listen to these words, do not simply hear them, feel them. Let them become part of your inner conversation. Allow yourself to imagine that the life you desire is already beginning to unfold. Today, release the habit of expecting the worst. Release the belief that your past must repeat itself. Release the fear that nothing will change. Instead, choose a new expectation. Something beautiful can happen today. Unexpected opportunities can find me. I am open to receive. I welcome miracles into my life. Let those words settle deeply within you. This is your morning. This is your opportunity to begin again. And from this moment forward, allow yourself to walk through the day with an open heart, a peaceful mind, and the quiet expectation that something wonderful is already making its way toward you. Take another deep breath and let us begin. Every morning is a doorway into a new experience. Before you check your phone, before you think about yesterday, before you allow the demands of the world to enter your mind, you have a precious opportunity to decide what kind of inner state you will carry into the day. Most people wake up and immediately reconnect with their problems. They remember what went wrong, what they are worried about, what they still need to accomplish, and what they fear might happen. Without realizing it, they begin the day expecting struggle. But you can choose differently. You can wake up expecting miracles. You can begin the morning with the quiet conviction that something beautiful may unfold for you today. A miracle does not always have to be something dramatic or impossible. Sometimes it begins with a simple change in your perspective. Sometimes it is an unexpected opportunity, a helpful conversation, a new idea, a sudden solution, or a moment of peace that arrives exactly when you need it. The important thing is not to decide in advance what your miracle must look like. When you become too specific about how everything must happen, you may overlook the beautiful possibilities appearing in unexpected forms. Instead, remain open and say within yourself, asterisk, I welcome wonderful possibilities into my life today. Your morning expectation matters because attention follows expectation. If you expect problems, your mind becomes highly sensitive to everything that confirms your fears. A small inconvenience can suddenly feel like proof that the entire day is going badly. But when you expect good things, your attention begins searching for possibilities. You notice encouraging words. You recognize opportunities. You become more willing to speak to someone, try something new, follow an idea, or take a step you might otherwise avoid. The world may not have changed instantly, but your way of experiencing it has changed, and that can change what you do next. Before getting out of bed, take a few moments to imagine that today has already unfolded beautifully. Imagine yourself at the end of the day feeling grateful. Imagine receiving wonderful news. Imagine smiling because something unexpected worked in your favor. Imagine looking back and saying, asterisk, I am so grateful I allowed myself to believe something good could happen. Asterisk. You do not need to know exactly what will happen. Simply allow yourself to experience the feeling of pleasant expectation. Say slowly, today can bring beautiful surprises. As I am open to unexpected blessings. I expect good things to find me. I am ready to receive. My life is full of possibilities. Let these words become more than affirmations. Feel them. Let your body relax as you repeat them. Let your mind move away from yesterday and toward possibility. You are not forcing a miracle to happen. You are creating an inner atmosphere in which you are willing to recognize and receive what life brings. There may be moments during the day when circumstances seem to contradict your expectation. Something may not go according to plan. Someone may disappoint you. An opportunity may appear to disappear. In those moments, do not immediately conclude that the day has failed. One event does not tell you the complete story. Breathe and return to your chosen state. Remind yourself, asterisk, I do not know how this day will unfold. I remain open to something better. This is the power of expectation without attachment. You hold the feeling of good without demanding that it arrive through one specific door. You trust that your life contains possibilities beyond what you can currently see. Every morning, you can practice becoming the person who naturally expects beauty instead of disappointment. You can train your mind to search for solutions rather than problems. You can train your heart to welcome gratitude before receiving visible evidence. You can begin your day with peace rather than pressure. And eventually, expecting good becomes natural. You stop needing constant proof before you allow yourself to feel hopeful. You begin carrying a quiet confidence that something meaningful can happen at any moment. So tomorrow morning, before the world tells you what to think, choose your own expectation. Take a deep breath and say, today I welcome miracles into my life. I am open to beautiful possibilities. I expect good things. I am ready to receive. Then rise and enter your day with an open heart. You never know what beautiful moment may be waiting for you. Every morning gives you another opportunity to decide what you will believe about your life. You can wake up and immediately look at what is missing, what has not happened yet, and what seems impossible. Or you can begin from a completely different place. The quiet assumption that what you desire is already possible for you. This does not mean pretending that circumstances do not exist. It means refusing to let today's circumstances become the final authority over your future. Your present situation may describe where you are, but it does not have to define where you are going. When you desire something deeply, the natural tendency is to place it somewhere in the future. You say, one day I will have it. Someday I will become that person. When everything changes, then I will finally feel happy. But this way of thinking can keep your desire permanently distant. Instead, begin practicing the feeling of already being the person who has received what you desire. Ask yourself how you would think, feel, speak, and carry yourself if the thing you wanted were already becoming a normal part of your life. Imagine waking up knowing that the opportunity you wanted has arrived. How would you feel? Perhaps you would feel relief, perhaps gratitude, perhaps confidence, perhaps a deep sense of peace. You do not need to know the exact path that brought you there. Simply experience the feeling of the fulfilled desire. Let yourself become familiar with it. Say quietly, what I desire is possible for me. I am open to receiving what I truly desire. Asterisk, my future is not limited by my present circumstances. I allow myself to imagine a better life. I am becoming the person who naturally receives good things. These words are powerful because they shift your attention from limitation to possibility. Instead of constantly asking, "How can this ever happen?" you begin asking, "What would it feel like if it were already happening?" That question changes your inner conversation. Your imagination can become a place where you rehearse the life you want to experience. If you desire prosperity, imagine yourself feeling financially secure and grateful. If you desire love, imagine yourself experiencing a relationship filled with respect, warmth, and genuine connection. If you desire success, imagine yourself calmly enjoying the results of your efforts. If you desire peace, imagine waking up without the burden of constant anxiety. The important thing is to focus on the asterisk feeling of fulfillment, not the struggle required to get there. You do not have to mentally solve every detail. In fact, constantly trying to figure out exactly how everything will happen can create unnecessary pressure. Your responsibility is to choose the direction of your consciousness and allow your actions to follow naturally. When you begin assuming that your desire is possible, your behavior can change. You may become more confident about taking opportunities. You may speak differently. You may stop rejecting yourself before anyone else has the chances to. You may become more willing to learn, create, connect, and take meaningful action. A person who believes success is impossible behaves differently from someone who believes success is possible. A person who believes love is unavailable behaves differently from someone who believes they are worthy of a healthy relationship. A person who expects scarcity notices different things from someone who expects opportunity. Your assumption influences your attention. Your attention influences your choices. Your choices influence your experiences. That is why the inner decision matters. Of course, there may still be moments when doubt appears. Do not become frustrated with yourself when it happens. Simply return to your chosen assumption. You do not need to fight every negative thought. You can acknowledge it and then choose something more empowering. Tell yourself, "That is an old thought. I am choosing a new possibility." Then return to the feeling of fulfillment. Practice this every morning. Close your eyes for a few moments and imagine one simple scene that would naturally happen if your desire were becoming real. Perhaps someone congratulates you. Perhaps you look at your surroundings and feel grateful. Perhaps you hear yourself saying, "I cannot believe how beautifully everything worked out." Keep the scene simple. Feel it deeply. Let it become familiar. Then carry that feeling into your day. You do not need to force the future into existence. You are simply becoming comfortable with the possibility of experiencing it. You are teaching yourself that abundance, love, peace, and success are not foreign ideas. They are experiences you are willing to welcome. So this morning, refuse to make your current circumstances the limit of your imagination. Your life can expand. Your circumstances can change. New opportunities can appear. Unexpected solutions can emerge. And the person you are becoming can be very different from the person you were yesterday. Begin with the assumption that what you desire is possible. Feel it, imagine it, expect it, and then move through your day with the quiet confidence that your future contains possibilities far greater than anything your present circumstances can currently reveal. The conversation you have with yourself each morning can quietly determine the direction of your entire day. Before anyone else speaks to you, you are already speaking to yourself. You are telling yourself what to expect, what to fear, what you are capable of, and what you believe is possible. Sometimes this inner conversation happens so automatically that you do not even notice it. You wake up thinking about yesterday's problems, replaying old disappointments, worrying about tomorrow, and repeating the same assumptions you have carried for years. But you have the power to interrupt that pattern. You can choose a new inner conversation, one rooted in confidence, gratitude, love, possibility, and abundance. Your thoughts are not merely passing words. When you repeatedly think the same thoughts, they begin to feel familiar. Familiar thoughts become familiar expectations, and familiar expectations influence the way you experience life. If you constantly tell yourself, "Nothing ever works for me," you begin approaching opportunities expecting disappointment. If you repeatedly say, "I am always struggling," your attention naturally becomes focused on evidence of struggle. But when you begin saying, "I am capable of creating a better life," you open your mind to possibilities that fear previously prevented you from seeing. This morning, choose your words carefully. Say to yourself, "I believe in myself." Asterisk, "I am capable of positive change. I am worthy of abundance. I expect good things to happen. I am open to new opportunities. My life is moving forward." Do not rush through these affirmations. Pause after each one. Let the meaning enter your awareness. Ask yourself what it would feel like if these statements were already natural beliefs. Feel the confidence behind them. Feel the peace. Feel the possibility. Changing your inner conversation does not mean pretending that difficult circumstances do not exist. It means refusing to give difficult circumstances the final word. You can acknowledge a challenge while still believing that a solution exists. You can experience disappointment without deciding that your entire future will be disappointing. You can recognize financial difficulty without concluding that you will always struggle. You can experience rejection without believing that you are unworthy of love. The difference is in the story you tell yourself afterward. Instead of saying, "This always happens to me," say, asterisk, "This is one experience, and I am still moving forward." Instead of saying, "I cannot do this," say, asterisk, "I can learn how to do this." Instead of saying, "There is nothing available to me," say, asterisk, "There may be possibilities I have not recognized yet." Instead of saying, "My past determines my future," say, asterisk, "I am free to create a new direction." These changes may seem small, but repeated consistently, they can transform your emotional atmosphere. Your inner conversation also determines how you see yourself. If you constantly criticize yourself, you begin carrying insecurity into your relationships, decisions, and opportunities. But when you speak to yourself with respect, something changes. You become more willing to take healthy action. You stop rejecting yourself before others have a chance to recognize your value. You begin treating yourself like someone whose dreams matter. This is why morning affirmations can be so powerful. The morning is an opportunity to establish your inner voice before the outside world becomes loud. Instead of allowing social media, news, other people's opinions, or yesterday's memories to determine your emotional state, you intentionally choose your own message. Tell yourself, "Today I choose peace. Today I choose confidence. Today I choose abundance. Today I choose to expect possibilities. Today I choose to believe that beautiful things can happen." Carry these words with you. When something goes wrong, return to them. When fear appears, return to them. When you begin comparing yourself to others, return to them. Your goal is not to have a perfectly positive mind every second. Your goal is to become increasingly aware of what you are repeatedly telling yourself and consciously redirect your inner conversation when necessary. Eventually, a beautiful transformation can occur. The affirmations that once felt like hopeful statements begin feeling natural. You stop saying, "Maybe I can," and begin thinking, I can. You stop asking whether you are worthy and begin knowing that you are. You stop expecting disappointment and begin becoming comfortable with possibility. That is when your inner conversation becomes an expression of your new identity. So today, listen carefully to the voice inside you. Is it speaking from fear or faith, from scarcity or abundance, from your past or from the person you are becoming? Choose your words intentionally. Speak to yourself as someone who deserves a beautiful future. Speak to yourself with patience. Speak to yourself with confidence. Speak from abundance. And remember, your inner conversation is a place where your future begins. So make it a place filled with love, possibility, gratitude, and expectation. This morning, choose a new story and repeat it until it feels natural. I am worthy. I am capable. I am abundant. I am open to receive. Asterisk. I expect beautiful possibilities. My life is changing in wonderful ways. Let these words become the voice you carry into your day and allow that new voice to guide you toward a new way of experiencing your life. There comes a moment in every transformation when you must learn to trust what you cannot yet see. The human mind naturally wants evidence. It wants proof before belief, certainty before action, and visible results before peace. But if you allow your current circumstances to determine everything you believe is possible, you will always remain limited by what already exists. This morning, choose another way. Release the need to see everything before you believe in something better. Let go of doubt and develop a quiet trust in the possibilities that are unfolding beyond your immediate awareness. Doubt often asks, where is the evidence? It looks at your circumstances and says, nothing has changed. It reminds you of past failures and whispers, this will probably happen again. But you do not have to accept every thought simply because it appears in your mind. A thought is not a command. A fear is not a prophecy. A temporary circumstance is not a permanent definition of your future. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, asterisk, I do not need to see everything to believe in possibility. I trust the process of becoming. I release the need to control every detail, asterisk. I allow good things to unfold in unexpected ways. I remain open to what I cannot yet see. When you repeat these words, allow yourself to feel the relief that comes from releasing control. You do not have to know exactly how your desire will arrive. You do not have to predict every conversation, opportunity, or event that will lead you toward it. You can focus on the state you want to live from and allow the path to reveal itself step by step. Imagine planting a seed. After placing it in the soil, you do not dig it up every morning to check whether it is growing. You water it, give it sunlight, and allow nature to do what you cannot see. If you constantly disturbed the soil because you were afraid nothing was happening, you could interfere with the very process you were hoping to encourage. Your inner transformation can be similar. Give your new beliefs room to grow. Do not destroy your confidence every time you fail to see immediate evidence. This does not mean becoming passive or ignoring practical action. Trust and action can work together. When inspiration comes, move. When an opportunity appears, consider it. When you recognize something that aligns with your goals, take the appropriate step, but do not let fear force you into frantic action simply because you are afraid that nothing will happen. There is a difference between inspired action and desperate action. Desperate action says, I must make this happen immediately or everything is lost. Inspired action says, I feel guided to take this step and I trust myself enough to move forward. Choose the second. Your peace should not depend upon receiving immediate confirmation. If you desire prosperity, do not measure your worth by today's bank balance. If you desire love, do not assume that temporary loneliness means you will always be alone. If you desire success, do not allow one setback to become a prediction of your entire future. You are allowed to continue believing while circumstances are still changing. This is where faith becomes powerful. Faith is not the absence of uncertainty. It is the decision to remain connected to possibility despite uncertainty. When doubt appears, do not fight it aggressively. Simply recognize it and return to your chosen state. You can say, asterisk, I hear the fear, but I choose a different expectation. Then breathe, return to gratitude, return to your vision, return to the feeling of already being the person you desire to become. The unseen often begins with an idea. Every invention once existed only in someone's imagination. Every successful project began as a possibility. Every meaningful change began before there was visible proof that it could happen. Your ability to imagine a different future is itself a powerful beginning. So stop demanding that your future look exactly like your present. It does not have to. Your circumstances can change, your opportunities can change, your relationships can change, your confidence can change, your entire direction can change. You are not trapped by what you see today. This morning, choose to trust the unseen possibilities of your life. Let yourself believe that there are opportunities you have not yet encountered, solutions you have not yet discovered, and experiences you have not yet imagined. Say, something better is possible. Asterisk. My future can surprise me. I trust myself to recognize the right opportunities. I release the need to know how everything will happen. I remain peaceful while life unfolds. Asterisk. I welcome unexpected blessings. Carry this feeling into your day. You do not need to force certainty. You only need enough trust to take the next step. And whenever doubt returns, remember, asterisk, what you cannot see is not necessarily absent. There may be possibility developing beyond your current awareness. There may be doors you cannot yet see. There may be solutions forming in ways you could never have planned. So release doubt, release the obsession with proof, release the need to control every detail. Keep your vision, keep your gratitude, keep your confidence, and walk forward with the quiet understanding that your life can change in ways you cannot yet see. Trust the unseen. Trust your ability to grow. Trust that new possibilities exist. And remain open to the miracles that can appear when you stop demanding that life reveal everything before you are willing to believe. There is a powerful difference between occasionally hoping for a miracle and becoming a person who naturally expects beautiful possibilities. Hope says maybe something good will happen. Expectation says I am open to something good happening. This morning, you are not simply repeating affirmations. You are choosing to develop a new identity, one that is comfortable with abundance, receptive to opportunity, and confident enough to believe that life can surprise you in wonderful ways. For many people, expecting disappointment has become natural. They wake up thinking about everything that could go wrong. They prepare for rejection before they even make an attempt. They assume that success belongs to other people. They question good news because they are afraid it will disappear. Over time, this way of thinking can become an identity. But if an identity can be formed through repeated thoughts and expectations, it can also be changed. Today, begin changing yours. Say to yourself, I am someone who expects good things. I am open to miracles. I naturally recognize opportunities. I am becoming comfortable with abundance. I expect my life to unfold beautifully. Do not rush these words. Feel them. Imagine waking up every morning with the quiet belief that today contains possibilities you cannot yet see. Imagine no longer needing to predict every outcome. Imagine becoming curious,